Today's podcast episode is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co. And be sure to add our podcast in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application.
Not many in this can understand. This the podcast to show you who I am. Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling. It can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, joined tonight by my AEW Dynamite co-host, Derek, sitting in the chair beside me. What's going on, D?
What's up? What's up?
Derek, what's going on, man?
Man, politics.
I hope we're not talking politics. But we've got an exciting AEW Dynamite show to run down for you. This episode is going to be a review of the May 12th, 2021 show. I hope you guys stick around to enjoy it with us. If you are in the live chat, do us a favor, make some noise. Let us know how you feel about the show. And we're going to get right into it. And you guys know how we have to start every single show. And it's the right way with our boy, Montezi. Let's get it.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Alrighty. AEW Dynamite show tonight, man. Lots to talk about. We've got some very, very important people in the chat. Original Biggie, I got to give you a shout out before we do our usual thing here. Original Biggie, thank you for letting me know about the date issue on there. I must have been tired when I was making it, and it said it was for like May 26th, so my apologies. So thank you for letting me know that. And we got to do the shout out for Original Biggie, my man, OB1. What's going on? Ace also in the house. Ace, thank you so much for joining us. BJ is here as well. Office looking hospital room clean. What's up, Sick? What's going on? I appreciate you for the comment there, good sir. Jesus De Leon. What's going on, Jesus? See you rocking the Lakers in the picture there. Ace came in with the year. And a lot of people are pretty hyped. Let me know what you guys thought of Dynamite. We're going to be talking about the show, going down it match by match, rung by damn rung. But Derek, to get us started with everything that we've been talking about tonight with the show, let me know how you felt about AEW's announcement that they're going back on tour. Is it too early for entertainment and things to be coming back, going on tour?
I would say yes and no. I mean, right now we're at the cusp of everybody needs.
Well, remember, this is Florida. Put your bias aside. Derek hates Florida for no reason.
Florida can't get right, bro.
There could be people from Florida in the chat.
Listen, anybody who's in Florida that is watching the show, I love you, but Florida can't get right.
Go ahead, Derek. this is your moment. I will let you. I'll let you rock with this. So, is it too early? Is it okay? I mean, the vaccine stuff is rolling out.
I mean,
they're talking full capacity, but AEW's arena is outdoors right now too. But they're moving into different places, though. I think Texas, I saw Miami.
Okay, so my thing about this is it works if it's an outdoor stadium, because you can't have with all this COVID going around, you can't be inside and have a ventilation system. That's how you're going to spread COVID all over the place. So if you're going to do something, if you're going to go on tour, it has to be a open stadium. It can't be closed. If it's closed,
you got trouble. You think
you got trouble?
Perhaps. We'll see. Only time will tell. I've heard some places are starting to open up more freely.
Right.
So perhaps it could happen. And we've got some more people joining us. Chris DeZuba throwing up, hey, Conrad and Derek, he threw the piece to me, but you guys get the Derek order. And you see scrolling across the bottom, join the Derek order. We do have the the shirt on tpublic.com if you guys are interested in getting it. Check the description box below or check the link tree. You guys can go in there, order yourselves one of Derek's shirts, and join him. We also have Dylan joining us. Dylan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
John L. Jackson's in the house as well. If they can keep it safe while going back on tour, I wouldn't mind AEW getting back out there. They're the first ones, so they're taking a big step. I feel like in Japan, with New Japan, it's been kind of reversed. Like, they were doing great for a while, and then all of a sudden that wave came back in. So we'll have to see what happens with it. Six said, I think it's too soon, but it's Florida, so it throws up the arms. I've always said the craziest people come from the Bronx and Florida. This is true. If you type in Florida with your birthday, there's usually a crazy story. Or if you type in like crazy, your birthday in Florida, someone said you can always find something on there for something crazy. Jesus says, I'm going to both Texas shows, so I'm good. All right, Jesus, you're going to have to let us know, man. Maybe we'll send you the link and have you come in and give us a little bit of a live report at the end or something once you get back to your car or however you're getting there. Stay in contact with me and let me know about that, Jesus. Dylan says, I have a question about Raw. Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Lashley dream match for Bobby Lashley's championship.
Is that a real thing?
Once you put Jinder's name in there, I was done. Like, I'm not a Jinder guy.
No.
I am, with all due respect. Six said, also, just because you've been vaccinated doesn't mean you still can't contact the virus. Good point. Or, excuse me, contract. I can't read tonight. I don't know what's going on. But, hey, if you're going to have fun, I'm fine for watching from my big flat screen in my COVID-free home.
I agree.
BJ says, Western Virginia ends our mask restrictions on June 20th. Not a fan. Malik Murray has joined us also. What's going on, Malik? Do you see Samoa Joe joining AEW and Team Taz? I would like to see Samoa Joe do it. We got Rob in the house. Big shout out to Rob. If you guys have not watched Botchamania, Rob was featured on Botchamania for his edit with you're gonna have to look for the video with Too Short and Asuka. Yeah. So make sure you show him some love and tell Botchamania in the comment section that you love that part. Jocelyn passing through all the live streams. Thank you, Jocelyn. Means a lot to have you come on here. Unfortunately, don't hinder Jinder. Knock it off. Unfortunately, Jocelyn, I don't think we're going to be saying Ricky Spanish for too long. We found out that Ricky Starks has a neck injury now. He has a fractured neck. He's going to be out for 3 months from that German suplex from Hangman Page that looked pretty nasty. I thought he was okay, but apparently he is not now. So, terrible. He said, nah, bro, it's West Virginia, not Western. I don't even like to rep this place, but that's a big no-no. West Virginia, Western. If it came out wrong, like I said, I'm tired. I can't talk tonight. If you guys don't know, I've been like podcast everywhere, every day so far this week.
Everything pro wrestling.
Let's get this show off on the right foot here, though, and let's talk, Derek, about the opening contest for tonight, the match that everybody's been talking about. It is our boy Jon Moxley versus Yuji Nagata. Absolute absolute dream kind of matchup or scenario for wrestling fans who are heavy into New Japan and AEW, such as myself. Jon Moxley is the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion, and Yuji Nagata is a legend. If you don't know, he has matches in WCW with Derek's favorite manager, Sonny Ono. And Yuji Nagata is an absolute legend when it comes to the wrestling game. So I think it's pretty cool what they've been doing with him so far. So for Blue Justice, we turned on the blue lights.
Blue Justice!
And we're going to keep on the blue lights for him tonight. During this, Nagata comes out first, and Moxley comes out to Wild Thing for some Rick Vaughn vibes. Now, Wild Thing, I guess, was in tribute to Onita. Supposedly, Onita might be starting back up FMW. I don't know how real it is. I saw the tweet, and then at first I was like, it's not real. Then I heard it was real. So we've got some pretty cool shit on the horizon. I thought it was really dope that they let him use that for tonight. I thought that was cool that he got to use that theme. I don't know how it happened. Shout out to Tony Khan. Tony Khan's got money to blow on these themes, apparently.
Apparently so, man. You get Wild Thing. You had to drop some bread for that.
Right? Yeah, man. I feel it, man. I wish mine was podcast that work's been whooping me. Don't let work get you taken out. B-Boy Skyline asked for a Ricky Spanish tonight. Derek, do you want to satisfy the customers, or do you feel like it's wrong? We did talk about Ricky Starks.
I don't know, man. Ricky.
Bro.
Spanish.
Why does he wait until I talk to do this every time? Blue lights for Blue Justice. I like it. And Malik Murray says Nagata's so funny when he does the Undertaker eye thing. Nagata and Moxley had a hard-hitting match. This is the strong style from New Japan that people love. These guys went back and forth. We saw a kitchen sink, a big boot by Nagata at points. Rocky Romero was shown outside clapping at ringside. Really cool to see Rocky Romero on AEW television. There is hope for this partnership. I'm telling you, once all this bullshit is done, I need to see the matchups that we could see with New Japan guys and AEW guys. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun, a lot of revenue.
And they got Impact. Impact's got some of the New Japan guys on there, too. Just one day, bro. One day. You got to show some love to this.
Listen, we watched that one pay-per-view. It was a pretty good pay-per-view.
There. That's what I'll leave it at that. I will take that tonight. Let's see here. We got people talking about the respect shown at the end of the match by Ace. Suzuki needs to show up in AEW. People are not ready for Murder Grandpa in AEW. Somebody just put Okada versus Omega on U.S. soil. Bro. Woo. Could you imagine Meltzer? Are you streaming tomorrow for Impact? Dylan, if I do end up doing anything for Impact, I will join the Insiders. Big shout out to the Insiders and prayers to my bro, Jeff. He just lost a family member, so I just want to be kind and respectful to him. But I always appreciate the Insiders. They always invite me on. And one day I hope to have them on maybe the Dynamite podcast to talk about it, or the live reviews that we do every week. So I appreciate it. Azan comes in here. Wow, dang. Do. Azan, I love you, bro. Thank you for joining us. Let's get back into this matchup here, though. Yuji Nagata, these two are basically going head-to-head. They're fighting. They're using lariats and everything else. Nagata catches Moxley leaping off the top. He gives Moxley his own version of kicks, hits exploder suplexes. Not bad for a dude who everyone says is in his older age. Nagata hits like a fake strike. Moxley goes to cover up, and then he drop kicks him in the knee. Bro, genius. Genius what they did here. Mox avoids a high boot to hit a German suplex, big lariat for a near fall. Mox goes for a pile driver. Nagata ends up flipping him over and running knees into the corner by Yuji. Exploder avalanche by Nagata. Moxley flips him the bird, big knee strike for a near fall. We see some sleepers after the fact, and then eventually Moxley hits a sliding lariat for two. Bulldog choke by Mox. Nagata gets free, and shots are traded back and forth because of strong style. Quick knee strike by Mox, who hits the paradigm shift for the 1, 2, 3. Lovely match. I thought it was really good. I love seeing the New Japan guys pop up every once in a while like this. It's a nice treat.
Oh yeah, it breaks up the monotony. You know, you get to see AEW all the time, which is lovely, but sometimes you want to see something a little bit different. So when you have New Japan coming in every so often, it really shakes things up, and that's
what's needed sometimes on a weekly show like this.
Yeah, you need that.
Malik Murray says he thinks that Kota Ibushi is coming in to face Omega. I'm down for that. That's actually probably the match I would be looking most forward to. Wild Thing Onita. Yes. Connor has joined us as well. Connor, what is going on? Thank you guys so much. And if you guys haven't already, as you can see by the scrolling text down below, do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We hit 1.4K. Thank you guys so much for that. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely amazing. I'm very happy with the growth. And the video last week did great numbers. I believe it was almost at 500 views. So thank you guys so much for that. Truly grateful for that. Jon Moxley gets the win. Let's get into the inner circle stuff here, Derek. So we see Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara,
Spanish God,
and Ortiz. And they are backstage, and they're talking about Santana and Jericho. Jericho has been injured from that fall off the cage last week that me and Derek disagreed on. But we're still friends. You know, you don't have to fight with somebody you disagree with about pro wrestling. So
be adults.
That was some real dad stuff you just said right there. But after the fall off the cage, bro, Jericho's hurt supposedly, and Santana is. They made it sound like he was arrested. I'm confused. MJF made it sound like he pressed charges against the dude. He was like, "Yeah, we're not going for that," because he pulled out that fork.
Right.
So we'll have to see what's going on. They just say that they're going to ruin the Pinnacle's big winning celebration tonight. How will they do it? Stay tuned. Next up, we get a big announcement with everybody's favorite wrestler. Your boy, Cody Rhodes, has a big announcement to make. And Cody Rhodes basically cuts a promo that is very, what's the word I'm looking for? American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Like, he's talking about the American Dream. I thought he cut a very good promo. So I had people who don't really watch AEW weekly with me tonight while this promo was happening, and they said, "Hey man, he cut a really good promo talking about how his wife is African American." He went through like all of the American dreams. Anthony Ogogo is from England, and he put a nice spin on it, and he just talked about the beauty of his future daughter that's going to be born, who will be black and white. I think that's something that a lot of people can resonate with, and I feel that too. That's because I'm biracial. But I think it was really cool that Cody brought that up and did that promo. And he said for one night he's going to be the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, when he gets ready to go against Anthony Ogogo. This is going to be a big match, Derek.
Okay.
How are you feeling as far as what they're going to end up doing for this?
I'm a little nervous. Just because I haven't seen Anthony Ogogo wrestle. So
no, I don't think anybody has really. Like, he's only done the strikes, and once he punches you, down to the ground.
So yeah, so that you know, that further pushes my doubt as to how good this match will be. I'm pretty sure Cody's gonna coach the kid if he hasn't already done it already. Like, listen, this is where we hit our spots. This is what you got to do.
He trained with them long enough. He should know.
So hopefully it does what it's supposed to do.
And when it relates to boxing's a great like shit talking sport. Like, these guys already know how to cut the promos. They know how to talk that ish. Right. So I think Ogogo's going to be fine for the build up to this. Cody, this seems different for him. I'm used to him being in the big match, but Cody, out of everybody who's an EVP, Cody has really taken the back seat lately.
I agree.
I don't know if I'm mad at it or not. Sick has a question for us. He said, I think Jon Moxley is the second longest reigning New Japan US champ. You think he'll take the number one slot? Yes, I do think so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised if he's not already. He probably should be, especially if you combine the first two reigns. But, yeah, I'm down for that. BJ said, which was the bigger announcement, the match or calling himself the American Dream for one night? Going with the American Dream. Let's see here. Jericho fell into a mixture of cardboard tops and Walmart boxes. He'll be fine. Malik Murray says, I think that Cody is taking a break after Double or Nothing. He needs a break, in my opinion, and deserves it. Yeah, Cody's definitely one of my favorite EVPs. NXT. What is going on with me tonight? Next week we will see more from him and Anthony, since he's wrestling Austin, and we will get to next week's card very, very soon. After that, we see an SCU video package. Derek, will tonight be the end for SCU?
I think so.
AEW Tag Team Title match, SCU versus the Young Bucks. Tonight was the night, man. Will they be able to do it, bro? We start off with some great tag team cohesion by SCU. They look great in the beginning of the match. Eventually, the match spills to the outside. A super kick to Daniel's head against the ring post, and I haven't seen a gusher like that in a while. That man definitely had some baby ass from before this because, bro, unbelievable. I thought that he was definitely he was a bloody mess after that.
Yeah. Took that shot right off the ring post after the kick. Yeah. That was definitely a nice little bleeder.
Yeah, he was terrible. Afterwards, Kaz basically proceeds to take on the match like a handicap match. Kaz gets some roll-ups here at certain points. He almost had the match won at one point, and Anderson and Gallows are getting on the top rope, interfering, distracting the referee. As Rob asked during this, I'm going to ask for Rob, why does Anderson dress like Billy Graham? Or not Anderson, Gallows is looking like Billy Graham from the 70s. What's up with the styles lately, man? These guys are dressed like dots and terrible bikers. I don't know what they're doing, but they're getting some heel heat from me. Kaz eventually hits the Styles Clash in this match. I like that. That was a nice little tribute to AJ Styles, good friend of Kaz and Daniels for this. Eventually Daniels tags himself in after Kaz is taking the beat down. Bloody mess. He is valiantly kicking out of super kicks from Matt Jackson. He's kicking out, and he's trying to put up a fight. Eventually he goes for the BME and misses. It reminded me of when he missed the move with Pentagon.
Oh, yeah.
He just missed it. But with the blood, you could tell the story. The announce team caught it like that. Good job. Props given for that. He goes up, hits the BME, the best moonsault ever, for a near fall because it is broken up by Nick Jackson. After that, they eventually pull out the cold spray that bitch boy Brandon Cutler, I guess, or Young Bucks Young Boy. I don't know what the hell he's called right now. They spray him in the face with it. They try to set him up, and then eventually they hit the BTE trigger for the 1, 2, 3. So they lose the match. SCU is no more.
Sad day in wrestling. Sad day. Because 40 plus years or 40 years that they've been wrestling together?
They've been all over the independent scene together with Kaz, Daniels, AJ. But I think the part with SCU, it's just I feel like it's the end of Daniels, but they really didn't get a proper send-off. So after this is done, they say something's going on backstage. Eddie Kingston and John Moxley are back there, and they're effing up. I almost said the bad word. They are effing up the Elite's locker room. They're just flipping everything, knocking stuff over. They are pissed looking for them, and they are not there. I mean, it was quite obvious they were in the ring, right. But maybe they were just trying to do that. Tony Schiavone, he's biased, by the way. He said, I normally don't support destruction of other people's property, but tonight it's okay. I'll let it slide. I'll give it a pass. Tony, you're mean.
How nice of you, Tony.
Afterwards, we see SCU. They are embracing after the match, hugging. No turn or anything like that. Now, they said it's the end of SCU. Does Daniels still wrestle matches independently? Do you see Daniels doing something one-on-one?
I want to say yes, but I also see him as a mentor. So I think the mentor role is...
Well, backstage, he's the talent relations person. He was like the old Jim Ross. So he basically manages all the talent, their issues.
Right.
He's got a shitty job, actually. I would hate to have that job.
I wouldn't want to do that either. That's it's well above my pay grade. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Sorry, Tiff. Tiff says she only sees my head. Am I good now? Hopefully, let me know. If not, Daniels wants to coach, she said. She thought AEW was really good tonight. Daniels at 50 is putting in hard work, Azan says. I appreciate it. Tokyo Rockstar said the blue light. Yeah, that's for our boy Blue Justice. Terrell, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Tony had his phone broken by the Bucks a few months ago. I think that's why he said that. I forgot about that detail. I want to see Daniels go against Kenny Omega. Perhaps they could let that happen. Oh, man, when he flopped on that BME a year ago outside, I still giggle to myself whenever I think of that. OCD. Well, you know what it is, Tiff? Tiff, you know the podcasting where I'm using StreamYard for the recording. And the weird thing is StreamYard's dimensions aren't the same as Streamlabs OBS, which I was using before. You guys know why that shit got canceled. Mm-hmm. And this is smaller, so I have to shrink down the that looked terrible. You shouldn't do that hand motion while you're doing this. I got to shrink down the image so that way it'll fit better. So within time. I just purchased it today, so
all in due time.
Let's get into after the match. I don't know why that just made me laugh. Christian Cage is backstage. He's talking about Double or Nothing. We find out at Double or Nothing there will be a casino battle royale for the number one contendership. I don't know why anybody's surprised. We always get this at the shows. And Christian says if you win, you get an AEW world title match whenever you want. Interesting. And Christian says, Taz, next week I'm going to have an open challenge, and whoever signs it first, you can tell any one of your boys, sign it, and I'll fight them. I'm looking for a big match next week. Here comes Matt Sydal. And Matt Sydal says, hey, I'm in that battle royal too. Don't think you're just going to win this. Right. And Christian says, oh, yeah, I remember when you were in it last year. Disrespect. Talking about when he slipped and fell. And Matt Sydal said, well, you know what? I also signed your open challenge. My name's on it. So Matt Sydal is now going to be in there. Interesting matchup next week for Christian and Matt Sydal, two former WWE talents. I think that we'll definitely have some fun with that one.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I definitely think that's going to be at least a B- kind of match.
Yeah, I think they're going to do great with it.
Oh, yeah.
BJ, remind me at the end, and I will talk the Streamlabs stuff with you, or if you want to send me a private message about it, let me know. Background looks good, though. Thank you, Sick. We're trying to elevate the scenery a little bit here. As I said, I hope they put Nick Gage in the Casino Battle Royal. I'm hyped for Nick Gage Dark Side of the Ring. If you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely get ready to check that out. All right, AEW World Title Eliminator match, Derek. Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Going into this, who was your favorite to win this? Like, if you were booking this, who would you say, like, all right, who's going to main event the show? Do you go with Orange, kind of fresh, new, or do you go with old, reliable Pac?
I would do Orange.
Why so?
Just because he's been wrestling consistently. Whether he's losing or not,
So you think Pac's time off has been hurting him?
Yes. To his defense, though, he had to be off. He couldn't. There was a travel ban. There was nothing that he could do. So
he's been back, but he still like disappears. It's excuse me, I almost said the Lucha Bros, but Death Triangle as a whole, they've been in this weird spot. Like 1 week it's Pac and Phoenix as a team, but then the Lucha Bros are still a team.
Right.
I don't get what's going on with that, but maybe they're just trying to show more like they're united, and factions help with that stuff. When people get mad, like, oh, there's too many factions, that stuff is the reason why they have it, and it helps. I just feel like the Death Triangle's been booked very weird.
They have. They haven't been booked like they should be booked, but sometimes you gotta let bygones be bygones and let it just happen.
Right. And we'll run through this match real quick because I see some great comments already in here for us. We started off with the usual Orange Cassidy shenanigans. Pac breaks his glasses, and then we see a beach break immediately for a near fall. Orange Cassidy then does his signature dive to the outside, and he has a second pair of sunglasses, and he puts them on. Pac lands a big drop kick on the OC from the top rope, and then he gets a near fall with a Liger Bomb. This Liger Bomb looked vicious, bro. Like, the dude's neck, he looked like an accordion. He got folded up that badly. Don Callis then comes out to distract Pac, and Kenny Omega eventually gets nailed with the AEW title. I don't know why Kenny Omega decided to do this. He talked all that crap last week, and eventually both men are counted for a count of 10. So Orange was knocked out down on the mat, and then Pac was knocked out from the belt shot. What? So classic wrestling. Yeah, I don't have to face anybody since you both lost. Right. When in the hell in wrestling history have you ever been given the night off when there's a draw?
Right.
So here comes Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone walks down like the school teacher who caught the student doing something they weren't supposed to do, hand behind the back. Derek's for Tony Schiavone, the hand resting up here. Folks, he said, I'm just the messenger. And eventually it is announced that there's going to be a triple threat or a three-way match now.
Triple threat.
I'm very interested in this. I think it could be really cool. So at Double or Nothing, it's going to be Kenny Omega defending the title against Pac and Orange Cassidy. This is a test, I think, for Orange to see if he can hang in the main event scene, keep it popular. And at the same time, I think that Pac has been in there before with Kenny Omega, so they know it's going to be good.
Hey, if the shoe fits.
So I'm going to start here with BJ's. He said, I would have gone with both just like they did. However, I read this match was a match decision. Yeah, I saw some people saying that. I think that they planned this because of Tiffany on All Elite Podcast. Cheap plug for you and Kyle. Kyle, make sure you leave me a like for that. Send me any money and donations that you have as well that you would like to give to the Everything Pro Wrestling Show. I'll give you my PayPal. Let me know. But the All Elite Podcast, they were kind of talking about this on their show as well. And Tiff says, I'm excited we get a three-way match. Yes. Do you know why? Her next comment proves it. It's been a while. When was the last triple threat match that we got to see? We had a triple threat match with, who was it? Joey Janela, Darby Allin, and who else was in there? Oh, Jimmy Havoc. I think that was the last one I can remember us seeing that didn't involve multiple tag teams and everything else. Matt Sydal will always be that guy that caught one off of the greatest RKO in wrestling history. I will appreciate him for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. That you showed me that was crazy. That was cool.
Azan said Orange was legit knocked. I hope he's okay. Yeah, OC was possibly injured. I hope not. First ever triple threat match for the AEW Championship. Let's go. I'm a fan of it as well, Terrell. Shabazz has joined us. Death Triangle Archer feud would have been awesome, but AEW just let it die after Kingston Angle. I think they had to change some stuff up here. Rob said if the finish was legit improvised, then the end is a great result. Hope Cassidy's okay. Me too. I didn't think he was hurt from that. I thought it was a planned spot, but Kenny Omega better leave. Dog's going into Double or Nothing. Don ain't going nowhere. Let's see. Love you. I did already. Laugh out loud. This is the first time for a triple threat for AEW, right? Yes, definitely. And it was the Cracker Barrel fight. Yes, that was the one where Darby went through the barrel and just friggin' shit himself when he hit the barrel on the steps or whatever that platform was. Crazy. Afterwards, the Elite cut a promo in their torn up locker room. They are pissed off and they say they're going to do something about it. Bullshit. Adam Hangman Page is then backstage with the Dark Order, and he seems to be caught up on this loss that he took to Brian Cage. So he says that, you know what? At Double or Nothing, we're going to risk it all, and Double or Nothing's on the line. So he said, I'm challenging Brian Cage to a match. And obviously it's going to be accepted. It was accepted later on in the show. So I think that's a pretty cool match to have Hangman Page and Brian Cage lock it up again.
Yeah. I think their first go-around was really good.
Yeah, that was a fun matchup to kick it off. That's like a perfect start to the match. Like I said, we got to keep Hangman Page in holding until it's time to pull the pin out the grenade for him to face Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So I think that's really dope that they pulled this out. We then transition into the Pinnacle celebration. These Pinnacle assholes come out in their suits, And MJF's wearing a crown because he said he was going to take Jericho's spot. He's the GOAT. All the usual MJF bullshit. He makes you want to hate him. He's so damn good, and he knows it.
Oh, yeah.
So he pisses everybody off, and then Tully comes out, and Tully is talking that ish, and he brings out watches for everybody. Derek, how much do you think one of those watches cost?
Ooh.
$12 at the local Walmart.
Bro, you being generous. I was gonna say like $5.95.
Disrespect. But the watches, he pulls them out. Everybody's looking at them. They're real nice. And then here comes Sammy Guevara,
Spanish God,
Jake Hager, and Ortiz. And they come out on like this platform, and you can't tell what it is, but immediately, if you've watched wrestling long enough, it looks like there's like a hose or something attached to it. You're like, what the hell is this? And immediately they say, can we get another match with you guys? MJF laughs as a heel. What would he say? No.
N-O.
And then Chris Jericho pops out from the back with his elbow in like a full-length brace from that big fall he took last week. And he says that he's going to challenge them. And he said, since you're going to say no, let him have it, Sammy. And they shoot a little bit of the bubbly. But to quote Brandon, it was a lot of the bubbly. They're spraying these dudes. Vince McMahon style with The Rock and Shane and the swimming. Sean Spears caught it the worst, bro.
Yeah,
he got
in the face, right?
He got blasted, bro, out of everybody. They did a really good job, though. Like, they were trying to get down to get towards them, and they were spraying them so that they couldn't get to them. Then they tried to get back in the ring, and they're spraying them. It was very well done. Well done for how they did it. I know some people are going to say, this was a knockoff of the WWE. It's wrestling, bro. Eventually, you're going to have to repeat stuff like that. It's going to happen.
Everything comes full circle, so.
Especially for the inner circle. And when they do this... I'm so mad at you right now. Why are you doing that?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
You just made me laugh. Lost my spot. MJF says, you know what? You guys can have your match, but it's the kind of match I pick. And he challenges them to the Stadium Stampede match. I know a lot of people liked that last year. Derek, how did you feel about the cinematic Stadium Stampede match they had on the football field? And
I actually liked that.
You thought it was fun?
I thought it was fun.
Best cinematic match last year? It was one or two for me. It was between that and the Boneyard match. Those are my two favorites last year. I like the Boneyard, though.
I think the Boneyard's got it.
Yeah, I think that was just the aura, and you knew it was possibly the last match for him.
Not even that. All that good stuff that he was talking.
But, yeah, it was fun. Matt Hardy did a great job, though, last year, changing, like, his characters up and all of it. They really did a good job with this, and I thought the Stadium Stampede was really, really fun. But MJF says, wait a minute, because we all popped for it, and he said no. But if you guys lose, the inner circle has to break up forever. And that's food for thought for Jericho and the squad. I'm interested, Derek. I'm not going to front, bro. I'm interested.
In the breakup?
No, I'm interested in this matchup. I'm not ready for predictions yet. We will probably be doing a prediction show coming up. Got an amazing guest lined up for that. So, yeah, I'll save it for then. But
yeah, save it.
But for now, hold on. We got some questions, though. I'm letting you kick this one, Derek. Somebody said, I hope Cage puts up the FTW title. He could, Azan.
When is he ever going to put it up, though?
It's not a recognized title, though. Just like when Taz had it, it's not a real belt. It was a belt to advance storylines. Who wins, though? He said Page or Cage?
Page.
Okay, I'm with it. Same. MJF ain't there yet to call himself the GOAT. He's on his way, though, Ace. He's on his way. Do we see Trevor L. or Urban Meyer show up at the Stadium Stampede? Can we please get Tim Tebow? I will try to record Derek's reaction if we see this.
Yo, don't get Tim Tebow on that.
Tim Tebow and Trevor Lawrence, you gotta have them out there.
Nah, bro, don't do that.
Jesus said he loved this segment. Tiff is laughing my ass off. Tokyo Rockstar, be honest, Cody always sucked. Never liked him even in WWE. No, I think Cody's the shit, man. I think Cody never got his just due, really, in WWE. I think he's really good. I was there at the Battleground show with The Shield versus the Rhodes Dynasty, bro. I'm telling you, that's one of the best matches I've ever seen live.
I still get goosebumps every time I watch it.
Yo, bro, not going to lie. This is about to be some man-to-man, like, dead-ass serious. This is how you guys know you're my friends.
Like, we do have some women in here.
Oh, I was trying to say this as a friend thing. This is how you know that you're all my people, though. I'm telling you some real shit, bro. Anytime I watch that match now, man, like, I don't know, man, the tears start to well up, man. It makes me, like, think of my dad. Like, watching Dusty and he cries for his kids when they win. Like, I was literally watching it, bro. Eyes were watering, just like, you know how you get, like, after one of your parents pass, you get those moments, and you're just like, damn. This shit is real, man.
Yeah. And
I just felt that, man, watching it. I was like, that's so cool to see, like, a dad that loves his son. Then you start thinking about your kids and stuff. And it's just like, damn. So I think Cody's great. Sorry to go on that miniature rant, Tokyo. I think MJF's going to win the AEW championship. Malik, I do too. I just think it's a matter of time for when he wins it. I want to see them break up. I'm ready to hear Sammy's theme more often. Hey, man, Monteezy, just punch it in, man. It'll pop up for you. Inner Circle has a decision. Yes, they do. And just so no one forgets, F. Billy Mitchell. Thanks, Rob.
Terrible, bro. You say I'm bad.
Nah, Rob's downstairs handling business. We get a friggin' sit-down interview with Jim Ross and Dr. Britt Baker hyping it up. They showed the bloody face that she got early on during the pandemic shows versus Hikaru Shida. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then they talked about some footage that they had from like a photo shoot. Britt Baker attacked Shida. This is going to be a pretty good matchup here, I think. But I think we all know what the outcome is going to be. I think it's Britt Baker's time to have her win this.
Yeah. If not, I don't know if I want to say I would be extremely disappointed, but I think I would be disappointed because Britt Baker has put her foot in her mouth all the way, or not, well, in her mouth, but she put her foot to the road all the way, and promos have been fire, matches have been fire, so why not give it to her? Let her run with it, give it a long run.
Right. And like I said, this fits on here. We're doing build up for the shows. We talked earlier about the Young Bucks versus SCU. We talked about the match that was for the Eliminator, which is now the triple threat match. Very good stuff. We even talked about the Pinnacle, the beat down, and the great match that we saw last week. Despite the finish, I know some people have their complaints about it. Respect it. But we had some really, really good stuff from AEW this week. And I like the fact that Britt Baker got some promo time with all of this. I know some people weren't happy, but I think that the women's matches have been better lately.
Yes.
And I think that we can afford to have a squash match here and there on the show. Six said the FTW belt is to AEW what the 2x4 was to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh! Yes. So Thunder Rosa gets a squash match in here with Jasmine Allure. I thought this was fun. It was what it was. I was made aware that Thunder Rosa versus Camille on NWA, they're going to be having a match. And if Camille wins, Thunder Rosa can't leave the NWA anymore. It's the number one contendership for their women's title. Speaking of their women's championship, next week on AEW Dynamite, Serena Deeb is going to defend the NWA title against Red Velvet. I'm interested in that match, bro.
I think that'd be a really good match.
Red Velvet has greatly improved, and I've been watching her on AEW Dark. I like her team with Big Swole. I think that they're both improving. I'm happy with this matchup. We also have next week the Young Bucks defending the AEW tag titles against the Varsity Blondes, so they must have just randomly said we'll put them on the line, unless the Blondes are number one.
I think
they might be. They might be number
one.
They
really lost this day?
Oh, no, technically Pillman Jr. got penned last week, so no, they shouldn't be number one contenders. But they did get a win on Dark, and they have a new cheerleader with them, Julia Hart. I thought that was pretty cool. They come out with the varsity jackets now. I don't know how long you can do this gimmick for, but definitely cool to see, especially after watching Dark Side of the Ring with Brian Pillman. R.I.P. Pillman, one of the best. And I'm really rooting for Brian Pillman Jr. to succeed from all of this, you know?
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Yeah, BJ says that's pretty BS. The NWA books themselves as the punishment. No comment. Rob said the same thing, bro. Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal, and we have Anthony Ogogo versus Austin Gunn next week. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more, unless it's going to be another quick match, punch to the gut, and he's done.
I hope not.
They're building up the punch, though, so if he punches you, you're done, basically. It reminds you of your boy from Dark Elevation. Well, it's the Big Show. See, I finally caught him for once. See, I'm always the one getting caught with the Ricky Spanish and Spanish God. That's mine, the Big Show.
Trash.
No BS. Paul White. Shabazz says Velvet the Brawler versus Deeb the Technician. 100% how you put it, man. That's great. Man, I want Thunder Rosa to be all in. Who knows, Sick? Maybe once that contract's up. We don't know when it's going to be up, but sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
Jay Cargill is listening to offers still from managers. We even had the lawyer from the MJF match come out and try to offer her a spot. She says she's still listening, but she does what she wants because she's her own boss. We'll see what happens with this storyline. I'm not going to really brew too much onto that. Then we get one of those cool Darby Allin home shot videos where he's going in, just talking about things. And he's doing the build up to his big matchup. And Darby has a problem because last week, remember, he got thrown down the stairs by All Ego Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. And these two are shown sitting in the crowd during this. Miro comes out and he is ready. Derek, what did you think of Miro tonight? How did he look to you on the entrance? Like, a lot of people complained that Miro wasn't being booked as strongly as they thought he should have been. Do you agree with that? Like, was it horrible, the storyline with Kip, and now you're like, okay, well, he's away from it, or do you still feel like, yeah, he doesn't look as strong as he should? Because I think he looks great personally in this. I don't understand what people are seeing sometimes when they're like, you could have booked him better. But I think people are starting to turn around now to like, okay, Miro's by himself. We got rid of Kip Sabian. Cool.
Yeah. I think when he first came in, I didn't really care for him to be Kip's best man. I don't like Kip, period. So,
what about Penelope?
Love Penelope.
Yeah, I bet. Anywho, BJ says, did you hear the Acclaim's rap on Dark this week? Booty butt, booty butt, booty butt cheeks. Yes, I did hear that. Derek looked hurt when you said Big Show's theme music. I feel his pain. He's going to wrestle one day.
No, he better not, bro.
He's going to do it.
Nah, bro. I'm not watching that if he does.
Watch it be like the best match in years.
Never, bro.
I want someone to paint the main character of home movies from Adult Swim as Darby. Oh, let him know, BJ. Send the tweet. Brendan Small, FTW. Let's get into this matchup, though. So Miro comes out by himself, and Darby is out with Sting.
It's Dad.
This dude is terrible. He yelled that when we were watching it live, too. Miro beats the hell out of Darby before the match begins. Gets a near fall on the outside. Darby hits Miro with a beautiful cannonball tope suicida. When I tell you that this dude popped, like, he loved it. He corrected me. I just wrote tope suicida. He was like, nah, bro. Cannonball. Tope. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, bro. Like,
dude, all right, so let's look at it like this. So when you see Darby run off, Darby's a little spark plug anyway, because he's a small guy, he's fast, very quick, and he can throw his body pretty well. So when you see someone running at that speed and does a horizontal cannonball,
bro, he like floated in the air.
That was like poetry in motion, dude. Like, it was like,
Anytime I see this dude, man, I just think of someone who watches too much Jackass and does his own home movie stunts. This dude should not bend and move the way he does, but no. Darby is great, though.
But he puts a lot on his body, though.
Yeah, dude. Very charismatic. I got to give the dude props, man. Jesus is calling out his match of the night. He says it's Miro versus Darby or SCU versus the Young Bucks match for me. I think it was this match that had me the most hype.
Yeah.
I also loved Moxley Nagata, though. But I think you could argue almost any of these matches for it. Didn't like the storyline with Sip Sabian, but this was a start in the right direction for Miro. Dark Elite Eric, shout out to you. Thank you for joining us, brother. He said he's going to wrestle as Captain Insano from the Water Boy. Little quality H2O. Miro, we'll get into that, Eric. The best man was decent, but you had to look deep for it. This calm reserve egomaniac to the raging beast. Yeah, it was a slow build-up, Shabazz. That's a great way to put it, too. Just a slow build-up to get to where we needed to go with this. So after he goes for the cannonball tope suicida, Darby attempts a coffin drop, but for his troubles, he gets German suplex. Scorpio Sky then chop block Sting because F Sting, I guess, apparently, like he said. At ringside, Miro maintains his dominance. Darby reverses a backdrop into another move, locks in the sleeper in and out of the ring until Miro runs in and throws him into the stage wall on the floor. Miro begins ragdolling Darby and stares down Sting. Darby has his I didn't hear no bell moment and hits a chop block and 2 stunners for a near fall. Darby then attempts the coffin drop, but Miro catches him, and he goes for a German, but Darby lands on his feet. This is where I was losing my mind. Hits a code red for the damn near fall. Miro snatches Darby up and puts him in the accolade, or the game over, whatever you want to call it, and cranks it back like...
But there is controversy to this.
Well, Rob argued differently. I don't know if Miro's shoulders were down, but he said once he was hulking up on the move, his shoulders were up. But Darby was just bent all the effing way back, and he couldn't say anything, so he basically passed out from this.
Oh, yeah. Quick, too. I think that was the disturbing part of the match, because that was super quick.
Right? It was – I see people – BJ said it was game over. Miro is your new TNT champion. After the match, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky hit ringside again. They tack a hobbled Sting until the Dark Order come out to make the save. And it was well done. They got away just in the nick of time. It reminds me of baseball when you just get safe and you can see it without having to like look at the camera and everything. They basically do the slide. They get their quick shots, and here come the Dark Order. And right when they're in front of them, the Dark Order slip when they jump down, and they get away by the skin of their teeth. I loved it. I thought it was really great. Any mistakes, they definitely capitalized off of, man. Definitely good, man. Let's see here. Jesus said he's happy Miro is finally champion. Miro versus Archer at Double or Nothing. That's right, because after the match, here comes your boy. Everybody dies. Lance Archer comes out, and maybe we're going to get a TNT title match between Lance Archer and Miro. It feels too soon. I don't know, though. Jake ended up holding Archer back. By the way, if you didn't watch Dark this week, keep Jake off commentary. Why does he always talk about nipples and stuff? And people end up laughing. Jake is a fool. Still one of the best talkers in the game. He just made me laugh listening to that, though. But Jake holds Archer back and says, no, it's not time yet. But it looks like we're going towards a storyline for that.
Have to.
But Miro stands tall, though. He is the TNT champion like he promised. I think that's a good move for him.
Oh, yeah. Give him his first gold title. Yeah.
Championship?
Well, I mean, championship. But
belt?
Like, yeah, there you go.
Accolade? Accomplishment. There we go. Swerve Scott versus Max Caster in a Smack URL battle this summer. Rip Row.
Wait a minute.
What?
Run that back.
What?
Who?
Swerve Scott versus Max Caster. Swerve Scott on NXT debuted like this new rap gimmick last night. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. But he's in part of this group called Hit Row. And I kept saying they're going to say Rut Row when they hear it. But Hit Row is like, it sounds like Death Row, and they're called Hit Row Records. They like basically bought all the names. Max Caster and his raps. He had a good one on Sunny Kiss. I will show you this after because you probably don't know about it yet. But, what's wrong with Sting? He said he was limping heavy. Sting's just, he's old, bro.
It's dad.
Freaking V slipped, or 5. Miro Day. People said Dark Elite Eric said this is going to be a hoss fight. Scorpio Sky attacked him during the break. A lot of us missed that. Yeah, that damn picture-in-picture. Jake is an old horn dog. So is JR. Terrible. JR loves the Moscow Mules. Wild thing. I don't know why we keep coming back to that. Jake the Snake. The ladies call me Jake the Snake for a reason. Dude's a creep, but I love him. Yeah. I remember when he used to tell people, you want to see the real snake. Miro's shoulders were up when he locked in the game over on Darby Allin. Okay. Ace said the same thing Rob did then. So the shoulders were up. So we don't have really any controversy, it looks like. Stuff hurts when you're old. BJ says, I know there's no comparison, but after Retribution, hearing Hit Row's new names felt too corny. That's the hip-hop world, though, man.
Yeah. Top
Dollar. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Hit Row going forward. I'm a big fan of Swerve Scott, and I'm glad he's getting an opportunity to lead. But that is it when it comes to AEW Dynamite. Guys in the chat, let me know what you thought of the show. Was it good, great, average? Was it 5 stars? Would it be 5 stars if it was in the Tokyo Dome? Is it 5 hot dogs, 5 hamburgers? Out of 10, as Jesus likes to say every week when he puts up his polls for it. Let me know what you guys thought overall of the show. Derek, what did you think tonight, man?
I thought it was good. It brought to the table what I expected. And a little bit of then some, you know?
Right? I'm glad you're in a good mood because B-Boy Skyline says, Maki is queen. Let it go, Derek. Let it go. Jesus gave it 4 thumbs up. I respect it. Daly's Place is the new Tokyo Dome, Dark Elite Eric said. BJ said, did it come up? Oh, I'm a fan of Swerve. Just felt weird with it all. Yeah, I like it. I'm a hip-hop fan, so I get that kind of like the lifestyle and what they do with it. So I'm not too mad at it at all. Laugh out loud. Did y'all miss that talking about Cody's speech? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I thought it was good. It was cool.
Yeah, it was.
Jesus said, screw what I have to say. Who do you think is going to be Jade Cargill's manager, Derek? Would you put her with somebody?
Honestly, in my personal opinion, I would say no. Let her rock on her own. She has shown that she can carry herself. It's nice to have somebody, do the mouthpiece talking for you, but sometimes if you can maneuver around the mic, let it be.
I feel like they're trying to get the managers back as like the faction leaders kind of too, though. Like Bobby the Brain Heenan, like he was with Rick Rude. Rick Rude could talk for himself, so could Mr. Perfect, but Bobby Heenan was just that extra that added to it.
Well, Bobby Heenan had like he knew the direction of where they should be.
Here we go. Jesus starting already. Conrad, Daniel Bryan at Double or Nothing? Maybe. That's up to DB if he wants to do that. Darth Yoda, what's going on, man? What's up, Yoda? Appreciate you joining us, bro. Definitely a long-time wrestling fan. Hopefully one day we can share some of those wrestling video game stories, some of the classics that I always laugh about. Darth Yoda knows what I'm talking about. But we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got video game news. I'm going to have a few people coming up on the channel, hopefully, as long as things don't get canceled. Knock on wood. And hopefully things will be all right. I'm going to try to join the Insiders tomorrow night. So if you guys are going to watch Impact, even if I'm not in there, go support those guys. They're absolutely great. I got to give a big shout out to Derek for always joining me on the show, co-hosting with it, answering the questions and everything else. And I appreciate Rob for taking the notes for us at the end here tonight. Dude, very, very solid show in my opinion.
It was.
There's not too much to complain about. I think we're just going to end this on a good note, man.
Have to.
It was a fun show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hit that like button on your way out if you haven't. Don't forget, you guys can also listen to us on all of the podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pandora, wherever you listen to your podcast. Type in Everything Pro Wrestling. Give us a subscribe. And if you can, leave us a 5-star review or whatever the max number is. We appreciate that. And for myself, for Derek, and for Max Caster saying booty butt cheeks, we are out. We will be back next week with another AEW Dynamite review. Peace.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. Not many in this can understand. This the podcast to show you who I am. Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling. They can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling. They can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinions, the lesson. Yes.